guys. It's morning time still. I'm at a very quiet yoga studio from Omaha. Those of you joining us not from Omaha that don't know me, I'm Allison. So I wanted to offer a chair practice today. Those of you that have not ever seen yoga chairs, this is what they look like. Basically, it's a folding chair with the back taken out. So the good news is you don't need a special yoga chair. Any folding chair will do, even with the back. I'm going to make today's practice work where it doesn't matter. Yoga chairs just don't have a back because there's some things we do to thread our legs through that makes it easier, but we'll skip all that today. So any folding chair, grab it. Really any chair that you can kind of move around should work. I'm going to make it pretty accessible where you just sort of need the seat of the chair and something at the top to hold on to. So if you've got anything like that, I think most people have some sort of folding chair situation at home. Let's grab that, and that should be all you need. If you're on a slippery floor, definitely want like a yoga mat or something sticky so the chair doesn't slide around. And then set yourself up by a wall. So I guess you technically need chair and wall. Cool? Yeah, we're gonna just open up the heart, do a little bit of light back bending work, nothing crazy. Get into the hips a little bit. You guys are a little bit at my mercy. What does my body need today? So this is what you're gonna get, but I think most of us will benefit from that. As I was getting my yoga clothes on this morning to record this, I was like, actually, the more fun game will be how many days is Allison gonna record a yoga class before she washes her hair and makes it not look like this. So you guys keep track. It's gonna be a new bet. I'm gonna see how many days I can go, right? Okay, so grab your chair. I'm gonna show from the side for a second. So you're gonna wanna sit in it. And those of you that have a back, you're gonna have to scoot way forward. So you're gonna interlace your hands behind you. See how I'm resting them on the back of my pelvis. And then roll your shoulders open and just straighten your arms. If the chair doesn't allow for it, see I can move my arms through, then you can just stand up and stretch your arms like this. So really open the chest. You wanna be conscious of drawing the belly back. And don't do weird things with your head, right? Just keep the head in neutral, neck in neutral, and breathe. If you just woke up, it's probably gonna be extra tight. If you have tight shoulders, this is gonna feel like a lot. So be conscious of that. And then just rest for a moment, sit in your chair, and pause. Round 2, chest opening is gonna up the ante a little bit. So this time my hands are gonna go on the top of the chair run. You might have to scoot forward. This is gonna be considerably more challenging. So do your best, straighten your arms and open your chest. Now if this is just like not happening, don't feel bad about it. You're still a lovely human, I promise. Just stand up and repeat what we just did. So you repeat that twice. Otherwise, really puff your chest open, pull your belly back and breathe. Just 2 more breaths. Good. And then you can release. I'll try to face you guys. So stay in your chair seat. And we're going to go ahead and cross right ankle over your left thigh, so like a figure 4 sort of shape. And I'm going to stay pretty active in this foot. Hold on to the seat of your chair so you curl your fingers around and really prioritize length in the spine. As you start to hinge forward, potentially this knee might drop a little. Mine doesn't go too far. I've got a pretty tight right hip. So I'll show from the side. Instead of this, I'm going to hold on to the chair seat, lift like so, and then any amount that I lean forward is going to be because my spine is nice and long as I drop the right knee. So take a few breaths there, just sort of stretch into the hip. There might be a few of you that can get, if you'd rather put your hands on the floor, it's fine, but it's not really about that. So just like 2 more breaths. Last big breath. Sweet, come out. Switch. Left ankle over right thigh. Activate your left foot. Inhale, sit up tall, hold on the sides of the chair or even the back chair legs as you hinge forward, lean forward, and breathe here. Stay active in your feet. And then your work is to drop this knee any amount. Again, don't force it. I'm not a fan of pushing on the knee. If anything, put your hand outside the knee and push your knee into your hand. So that's gonna force those outer hip muscles to engage a little bit. Last few moments. Two more breaths. Great. Come on up. This time, cross your right knee on top of your left knee, so like you're sitting cross-legged. Then put your left hand on the outside of your right knee and bring your right hand on the chair seat behind you. You kind of hold on like so. And then inhale, sit up tall. Push your left hand into the knee, exhale, turn. So let me show from the side. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, pull your belly to the right. Just a gentle twist. It doesn't need to be the biggest twist of your life. One more big breath. Switch. So cross your left knee on top of your right knee. Right hand outside of left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale. Really try to hook that shoulder down so it wants to stay up here. Pull it down the back and then turn your belly. Just a couple breaths. So inhale. Exhale, turn. Great. So with your chair in the wall, go ahead and put your chair up against the wall. This is going to prevent the chair, like I said, from moving forward. So most of you are probably familiar with downward facing dog. This is chair dog. So the heels of my hands are going to go to the front corners of the chair, and then so that automatically spins your arms out, external rotation, which is what we want, and then curl your fingers around the sides of the chair seat, those front corners. And then you can just step your feet back so they're more under your hips, and then watch here as I bring my spine in line with my arms, just like down dog, except my hands are on the chair. So some of you might notice this is a little easier for the wrist, which is a nice break. Just take a few breaths. Bend your knees a little bit, really lift your sitting bones up. Pull your belly back and then breathe, straighten your legs and firm up your thighs. And just like normal, inhale, chair plank. So you're gonna shift shoulders and I'll have to waggle my feet back. So I wanna be in a straight line still. No dumping, no sinking. Really push the chair away, engage your belly. Like knit your ribs. Take an inhale, exhale, pull your right knee to your nose. Really round your back, push the chair away. Chair plank, inhale. Exhale, left knee to nose. Let's do once more each side. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Round your back, scoop your belly. Last one, inhale. Exhale, left knee. Chair plank, exhale, press back, chair dog. Take another big breath. And then slowly walk your feet in. Come all the way up to stand, take a breath. So you want to pull your chair away from the wall, flip it to the side. And start with your right foot up on the chair, like so. So I'm sort of facing the side, the chair rung is to the back. And you want your left heel under your left hip as you just hinge forward. I've got a hold of the chair back here, you can see my hand, so you don't fall. You keep right knee and heel stacked. I'm just trying to get into this front hip a little bit. So you can stay here, you can take this hand and sort of reach long. I'm just trying to not fall. Again, the deeper you fold forward, the more you'll stretch the hip. Hold on to that chair leg with your right hand, or keep it up on top. Put your left hand on the back of your pelvis and open a little bit. So you kind of press the right knee back with your arm here. Breathe. And then slowly come up and just keep your chair there. Flip around to the other side. So put your left foot up on the chair. Slowly hinge forward. This side's gonna be a different situation, most likely. Hold on to the chair legs, however you'd like, right? You've got sort of options here, but then I like left-handed chair leg, right hand to the back pelvis, lengthen the spine, push your left knee toward the wall behind you, and turn toward the wall in front of you. And just breathe. So you're getting into left hip, get a little bit of movement in the spine, last big breath. Great, put your chair back against the wall. It's kind of our reset pose, chair dog. Curl the hands around the chair seat and step back. This is your reset, so check back in with your breath. So this next action, the transition might be hard. I'll show you a couple of ways. So option one is just step your right foot up on the chair, like a lunge. That's hard. I made it look a little bit easy because I do this work a lot. So you might kind of have to use your hand and help you heave-ho. And if you try that and you're like, no, Allison, you're whack, girl, that's cool. You could lose the chair and just do a lunge on the mat, right? That's totally fine. So you get your leg up there and then wiggle your left foot way back. Notice how my back left leg is super straight. So you want to squeeze your left leg, then just breathe. So you get some opening in the front of the left thigh, and then step back, chair dog. Let's do side two. However you gotta get there, get your left foot up on the chair. Wiggle your right toes back. Squeeze your right leg, squeeze your right glutes, and breathe. And notice how my front foot sort of heels dipping down at an angle. That just gives you a little stretch there. It's a bonus calf stretch. And then step back and breathe. Let's do one more bit of lunge. Again, step your right foot up onto the front of the chair seat. Wiggle your left foot back, lunge. So this might be plenty. You kind of got to know when you've hit your limit. But for those of you that have a super straight left leg and you feel sturdy, squeeze your inner thighs, bring your hands to your right thigh and come up. Notice my back leg didn't bend, because then I would wobble, but squeeze it and then stretch your arms. One more big breath. And then hands to the chair, step back, chair dog. Last side, y'all. Step your left foot forward, wiggle right foot back, squeeze your leg. Hands to left thigh. Remember, squeeze your right leg big time. And then inhale, sweep your arms up. Hands touch. Step back, chair dog. Take 2 big breaths here. Bend and re-extend your legs. Push the chair into the wall. Head in line with arms, breathe. And then slowly come up. Pause. Settle. Yeah, you guys doing good? So let's do some standing poses with the chair. So I'm going to flip my chair again to face the front side of the mat in this case. And then you're going to put your right leg right to the front edge of the chair. So it's hard for you to see, but my inner right thigh really lines up with the front chair seat. And my right heel is under my right knee. And then I can wiggle left foot back. Left leg is straight, my back heel is pinned to the floor. So it looks like warrior two, yeah? Draw the belly back. So the bonus is you're gonna rest your front leg on the chair. Now, if you're a lot taller than me, I'm like average height, 5'6", you might hover off the chair a little. So tall people, sorry, you have to work a little bit harder. If you're a lot shorter than me, your front foot might be off the floor. So feel free to put a block or a blanket or something under them. Rest your right forearm to your right thigh. And then reach back, left hand can hold that chair rung and roll your left ribs open. So it's like a side angle variation. Now notice my back leg isn't bent. It's like super strong. So pull your left ribs back. Breathe. Feels like an open twist, so your belly has space. Good. Go ahead and come up. Left leg, so you just sort of switch. So you line your inner left thigh up with the front chair seat. Squeeze your back leg like warrior two. and then rest your left forearm to thigh. Pull your right hand behind you, hold on, and then roll your right shoulder back. Pull your right ribs back, open, twist, squeeze, right leg, breathe. Yep, take 2 more breaths. Pull the right arm back. Good. Come on. Keep your chair like this. You might have to move it over a little bit. So, this time we're going to lunge with our hip squares. So sort of like when we stepped our foot up on the chair earlier. It's going to be the same, but I'm going to have my right leg on the edge of the chair. My hips are square in front of me. And then I'm going to wiggle your left foot back. So you can see my foot. Yeah. Squeeze your back leg. And then right hand to chair seat. Left hand to hips, square your hips toward the wall. Squeeze your left leg, and then inhale, sweep your left arm up. Don't let your left leg bend. It wants to. Try not to let it. Pull your belly back, and then exhale, side bend. Lean to the right. Notice I'm not leaning forward. Try to lean back. Squeeze your back leg and breathe. Big hip flexors, psoas, belly stretch. Good, come up. Hook your elbow outside your knee and turn. You can stay here, or notice I'll straighten my left arm, hold the back chair leg. My right hand stays up here, and I turn. So a closed twist. Undo. Stand up and switch. So you'll maybe face away from the wall. Put your left leg on the chair. Super strong right leg. Squeeze your back leg, stretch your right arm up, reach up, pull your belly back. Exhale, side bend, lean left. Big breaths. Pull back, lean back. And then inhale, reach up. This time you're going to hook this elbow outside of the knee. You can stay here to turn or straighten right arm. Grab the back chair leg and twist. Still back leg is straight. Inhale, lengthen. Push down with your left hand. Pull with both hands to turn. One more breath. And go ahead and rest. Ooh, here, it's getting warm. Pause. So legs are pretty prepped. Yeah, hip flexors pretty prepped. Let's open up the shoulders a little bit more. So chair can go back to the wall. And what's going to happen is I'm going to put my elbows on the front of the chair seat. Now you might need to pad your knees, but I'm going to try to keep my knees under my hips. So my elbows are going to come to the front of the chair. Palms together like you're saying your prayers. And then walk your knees back. I've got the worst hairstyle for this, but it's cool. It'll get messy. But you're going to dip your head to the front of the chair. So I'm going to dip my head low. Yep, get your bun under there. And then the work is to try to not dump to the floor. Notice, see, I have a lot of flexibility in my low back. It's like my Achilles heel. So my work is always to rein my belly up and back. Do less low back bend, but try to drop my shoulders and head. It's hard. Breathe. You can stay here or slowly, and watch me for a sec, bend your elbows. Tricep stretch. You can touch your thumbs to the back of your neck. Big breaths. This is a doozy for most of us. Try to keep your neck soft, just a few more moments. And then walk your knees in slowly, come up slowly. Ooh. What's up? That's no joke. And then you just rest and pause. Notice your breath, right? sort of the work. Chair dog, you guys miss it yet? Let's do it. So you might notice the shoulders feel different. I do. Inhale, chair plank. So watch me this first time and then we'll do it once together. So you're gonna bend your elbows a little bit, just a little bit, and then you can kind of see my feet come to the tops of your feet, 1 foot at a time. And then with my elbows bent, you're gonna pull, you're gonna kind of wiggle your feet forward, pull your arms back, straighten your arms, firm up your legs, hard up. It's like an up dog on the chair. Look at my legs, they're super strong. And then exhale, roll over, down dog. That looks like too much for you, skip it. Otherwise, let's do it together. Chair dog cycle, inhale, chair plank. Bend your elbows slightly, come to the tops of your feet, pull your chest forward, push the chair away, gaze up. Sweet, chair dog. All right, you guys feeling good? Let's do a couple more back bends and we'll be done. You guys know I like back bending, no surprise. But part of it is like, we need it. How do we spend our days? Sit in a chair, on our computer. So back bending, big opening. It's hard, but necessary. So you're gonna flip your chair around. So it still can be up against the wall, but now I've flipped it. And then bring your feet inside the chair. See how my ankles are right inside? That kind of helps my knees from going too wide. So, like I said earlier, if you're a lot taller or shorter than me, the chair proportions may not work out, so you might find you have to walk forward, those of you taller, or walk closer to the chair, those of you shorter. I think you can make it work. And if all else fails, you lose the chair, you can still practice this pose without. So we're gonna go for camel pose with the chair, or without, whatever you want. So, I'm gonna lean back a little, and my shoulder blades are gonna touch this chair rug. And then I can kind of hook my elbows on the sides and tuck my shoulder blades. My work is always, like I said earlier, not to dump in my low back or blast. So I gotta rein it in and draw my tailbone under. And then hook your elbows in, puff up your chest, and then I can start to walk my hands down. Big chest opening, move your hips forward. You don't have to drop your head, just keep it in line with your spine and breathe. Pull your belly back, tailbone down, push your legs against the chair for 3. Good, 2. And then come out slowly, 1. And then flip your chair around and just have a seat. So, those of you that know me know, you kind of have to assess at this point. So we're going for one more big back bend. If that camel was like, oh crap, that was hard, then my vote is always that you do that again until it feels, not easy, it's never easy, but until it feels like you've sort of got a handle on it, or it's, less of a big deal and you're not like panting when you do it, right? So repeat that with the chair without, or if you feel strong, you feel ready, then big back bend is what I'm gonna offer next. It's sort of the chair version, Urdhva Dhanurasana. We've got the chair, we've got the wall. It's really accessible. Most people that can't do Urdhva Dhanurasana, if you were doing my back bend flow yesterday, we did lots of that full wheel. It's a hard pose. This makes it more accessible, which is reason number 9 million that I love using chairs and props. So, flip your chair, but have it a bit away from the wall. I don't know, a good couple feet, maybe. You don't want to go too far yet, we'll have the option. And then you're going to sit. Make sure you pay attention to my feet, this is key. So my heels are going to go to the chair leg, but my toes are on the floor. You don't ever want your feet to not be like this, or you're not going to have anything to support you from falling. So heels on the chair leg, feet on the floor. That's like number 1, most important. If you forget everything else I've ever said, don't forget that. Yeah? And then you're going to scoot to the front of your seat. Notice how I tuck my tail automatically. Just a habit I've created because I tend to dump in my low back so much. So if that's you, ladies, flexible ladies, probably you, do it. And then you're going to lean back and tuck your shoulders under. And again, you kind of hook your little chicken wing elbows here for support. Now look at my heels, they are on the chair legs. And then from here, you're gonna push your feet down, heels down, and get your hips up. My shoulder blades are on the chair, my butt is off the chair, my feet is on the chair. And then I can drop my head back if you feel comfortable. At first it's a little weird. And I would just stay with this. I'm looking right at the wall, and I can tell like I'm gonna need to move away. So then I slowly come down. And if that was really scary, do it again, right? Do it again or go back to camel. Otherwise, I know this pose, I can move away from the wall quite a bit. You don't want to really be more than an arm's distance. Heels on the chair, scoot your butt forward, tuck your tail under, lean back, tuck your shoulder blades under, hook your elbows down, hips up. Slowly drop your head back. You guys see my feet are on the chair, my heel. My shoulder blades don't leave the chair. And then I can walk my hands down the wall, shoulder blades on the chair. My legs have to work a little bit, but it's pretty nice. So I'm getting all this opening on the front of the body. Stay here as long as you'd like. Come up slowly, hook your chicken wing elbows, and then slowly lower down. Whew. Feel free to repeat that if it was juicy, if you liked it. Otherwise, let's counter pose a little bit, and we'll be done. So, sit on your chair. So if you do want to repeat it, go ahead and pause the video, do it another time, 2 times if you loved it. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, otherwise bring your legs together, left hand, right hand behind you, just take a little twist. If you liked that cross-leg version we did earlier, you sure can. One more breath. Switch. Great, I'll show this from the side. So you're gonna sit towards the front of your chair and then open your feet, your legs as wide as your mat. So pretty wide, wider than your chair. And then you're gonna just hinge forward, perhaps put your hands on the floor. If that's not happening, you just hang your elbows here. Otherwise, if you've got your hands to the floor, reach and grab the legs of the chair, front chair legs, or you can scoot back, go inside the front legs and grab the outside of the back legs and then hang your head. You guys see how my heels are still under my knees? Do that. So I get a little rounding in the back. It's a malasana on the chair, a little squat action. You pull on the back legs, soften your head and neck, and take a few breaths. Slowly put your hands on the floor. Come up, take your time. Pause at the top. And let's just sit in our chairs for a few moments, like our chair meditation. Rest your hands, sit up tall. Try to soften the shoulders. Close your eyes if you haven't already. So it's even a quick, 30-minute practice. Really allows for settling while still opening the heart, giving space in the body. Probably should note, if you're new to chairs, it takes a minute to get used to, so give it a chance. I literally use my chair every day. It's a game changer. But at first, if you're not used to props, especially props like that, it can be a little bit, you feel a little bit goofy, a little bit awkward, but I promise you stick with it, you'll dig it. There's like endless options. So just find a few more moments of settle, stillness, softness. Give yourself a little pat on the back, mental pat for doing something good for yourself. Bring hands together. The light in me bows to the light in all of you. Namaste. thanks so much, you guys. Hopefully you found that sort of fun, different. Stay tuned, we'll have more stuff coming. Happy Monday, or whatever day it is.